Hi everyone, this is the lecture video for Chapter 14, Balancing Business and Family, and Chapter 15, Be Good to Yourself. So for this week, you will learn how to set boundaries for your personal and professional life and how to handle stress and other issues that will arise when handling and dealing with your virtual assistant business. There are two assignments for this week. What is your time management plan and reducing your stress? So here is the materials folder. I broke the links down this week into two folders. So the first folder is time management, and these are just some links to talk about time management for virtual assistants, software you can use, tips. And then this last link talks about like how you can set boundaries, how to manage multiple clients, and different things like that. Then the other folder, handling stress, these links all talk about like how to handle stress when you're a VA, because you are probably the sole person working for your business, and so it can become stressful. This last link right here, if you click on this, this will actually take you to VA Pro. It's a magazine for virtual assistants, and here are the first 5 links are really good articles on like the warning signs of stress, how to reduce stress, what can be contributing to your stress besides your business, and then how to manage stress when working for yourself. So I just linked the main link for you to go in so you can read those articles when you want. The textbook, as always, is in the assignments folder. Chapters 14 and 15, they are merged together. So chapter 14 talks about balancing business and family and setting boundaries. So the biggest part of this is you need to have boundaries, whether you're working from home and you live alone, or whether you're working from home and you have a significant other, or you have children, or even pets for that matter, different things like that that could take away from your time from making your business successful or getting your work done. So the first thing you need to figure out, and this is part of the first assignment, and we'll come back to this, is what are your business or your office hours? It is super critical to your mental health, your physical health, and even the success of your business that you set office hours. So are you going to work Monday through Friday and maybe a half a day on Friday? Are you going to work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and take the middle of the week off? So you need to figure out right away what your office hours, your working hours are, and you need to let your clients know that up front. So they're not emailing you, texting you, calling you at 11 o'clock at night wondering where X, Y, and Z is. The other thing you're going to have to work on is handling interruptions at home. So with COVID right now, prime example, most of us are home. We're working from home, so your textbook and some of the links I provided talk about, well, what if you have laundry to go and do? Well, there's a laundry list of things for the house you want to do. So when you're working from your home, it's very easy to get distracted with people and things and TV or the to-do list for the house. So maybe you can figure out a way to put a sign on your office door or seclude yourself for a while, or maybe even go someplace outside of your home to get work done for a while. So you need to think about all of those things that maybe up to this point you haven't really thought about, that could possibly be interruptions for you. And the other thing too, when you're thinking about that, is how are you going to convey to your family what you're doing? So a lot of people don't understand home-based businesses and what actually goes into them, and the social media aspect, the managing aspect that goes into making your business successful. So you need to think about all of those things. Be kind to yourself. It takes a very long adjustment period to get used to working from home, getting in the flow of things, the rhythm of things. So if something comes up and you wanted to spend 8 to 1 working on your business that morning, but a family emergency arises, or maybe a client issue arises and it changes your plan for the day, try not to beat yourself up, because I always try to say control the things you can control. So if there are things that are going to happen every day that you can't control. So don't beat yourself up if you can't do exactly what you wanted to do in the exact moment that you wanted to do them. You'll be able to come back. So I'll pause there for a second. So the assignment that's going to come from chapter 14 is called What is Your Time Management Plan? So after reading the chapter and reviewing those time management links, I want you to think of your time management plan for your VA business, okay? So I provided you with 4 questions and you get to figure out how you want to format this and answer them. So what are your business or office hours going to be? And this might be a really good time to sit down and figure this out. And guys, clearly this will change. This is not set in stone, but you should have a good idea of how you want your business to flow at this point. So you really need to establish some office hours. It might even be a good thing to add to your VA website. What are some concerns you have working from home? How do you plan to keep people and things from distracting you? And what tools and or software are you going to use to help you with time management? And then for chapter 15, so that one relates to chapter 14. So then for chapter 15, it talks about being good to yourself. This whole chapter focuses on talking about stress, how to recognize stress, and what things do you already do to reduce your stress and anxiety, or maybe you don't do anything at all. So now we need to address that. Not all stress is bad. There actually can be good stress that requires you to perform under pressure and that actually helps you to become successful. So don't think of stress as always being negative, but you do have to recognize um, when you're personally not feeling well, when you're mentally overloaded, and learn to, walk away, take a break. They say take like a 10-minute break every hour. Get up, stand up, walk around, move around, shift your thoughts to something else, and then go get a snack and then come back and then reassess the situation. So your book talks about a lot of ideas and tips for reducing stress, and so do these links in the materials folder for this chapter. There are some really good tips in here on how to handle stress. Let me get back in here. When to know it's time to actually maybe shut it down for a couple of days. And then what you can do. So this article is really good. So like avoid, alter, adapt, accept, and forgive. So these are really good steps in trying to manage what you can control, and then possibly come up with plan A, B, and C for things you can't control. And then, yeah, again, just talking about ways that you can reduce your stress. Do you read? Do you play video games? Do you go to yoga? Do you watch movies? Do you color? Do you draw? Do you paint? Do you just listen to music? Do you go for a walk, a run? Do you ride bikes? Like all of those things personally help you. And then there are some things you need to look at too that professionally, what do you do professionally to keep your stress under control? Again, back to the whole boundaries, office hours, what tools are you going to use, different things like that. So then the last assignment for this these 2 chapters talks about reducing your stress. So after reading chapter 15 and the items in the materials folder, handling stress folder, let's assess your stress and how you plan to handle it when it comes to your VA business. Whether your VA business is already up and running or you're just starting out, there's always going to be stress, okay? So there's 2 parts to this. One, you click on this stress and anxiety quiz, and it's going to take you to a link. I'll open that link. Okay, sorry, the link wasn't working. So you are going to click on this link, and it is going to open this website from the Greater Good magazine. And it's going to talk about stress and anxiety. So it's going to give you kind of an overview of stress and anxiety, and then it's going to give you this quiz. So what I did is I quickly went through and randomly just answered all of these. So there's 16 questions. You don't have to put in your name. You don't have to put in an email address or anything like that. And then you're going to click submit all your answers. So when you're done taking the quiz, it's going to give you a score, okay, a possible score, I believe, out of 48 is the total. And this next screen is going to then show you your score and explain some things. This is what you need to capture, this whole area right here. And then the directions tell you to paste it in a Word document, all right? So that's part 1. So then using the same Word document from above for part 2, answer the following questions pertaining to your score and the reading you have done on managing your stress. So there are 4.5 questions, 4 point or 5, however you want to look at it, that you need to answer regarding stress, both personally and professionally. So what does your stress and anxiety score say about your level of stress and anxiety? What current steps do you take to reduce your personal and professional stress levels? And then what new steps are you going to take to reduce your personal and professional stress levels? What items or situations are you stressed or worried about most when it comes to your VA business? What are some ways you can reduce your stress level when it comes to these items or situations? And then you can just upload the whole Word document um, when you're done. So as always, if you have any questions about parts of your VA business, any questions about these assignments or anything that's in the chapters, please let me know and I'll be happy to help.